Every day we're bombarded with fear-inducing headlines. The news cycle is relentless, constantly updating us with the latest crises and catastrophes from around the world. It's almost impossible to escape the barrage of negativity. From global crises to economic downturns, the media often capitalizes on our deepest anxieties. They know that fear grabs attention, and attention drives ratings. Whether it's a natural disaster, a political scandal, or an economic collapse, these stories are designed to keep us hooked and on edge. This isn't a new phenomenon. Historically, media has always used fear to capture attention. Think back to the sensationalist headlines of the early 20th century, or the fear-mongering during the Cold War era. Fear has been a powerful tool in shaping public perception and behavior. But what if I told you that fear sells, and you don't have to be its customer? You have the power to choose what you consume. Imagine a life where you're not constantly stressed by the latest headlines, where you can focus on what truly matters to you. Stick around as we uncover how media fuels fear, and more importantly, how you can take control. We'll delve into the psychology behind fear-based news and offer practical tips on how to break free from its grip. You'll learn how to discern between necessary information and sensationalism. We'll also look at specific examples of fear-based media from different decades, showing how the tactics have evolved, but the core strategy remains the same. From the Red Scare to modern-day terrorism alerts, fear has been a constant companion in the media landscape. We're going to explore why fear dominates the news cycle and what you can do to stop it from dominating your life. Ready? Let's dive in. By the end of this journey, you'll be equipped with the knowledge and tools to reclaim your peace of mind and live a more balanced, informed life. Let's start with the basic question. Why does the media focus on fear? This is a question that has puzzled many of us. Every time we turn on the TV, open a newspaper, or scroll through our social media feeds, we are bombarded with stories that evoke fear and anxiety. It's not just random, it's psychological. Our brains are wired to pay more attention to negative information. This phenomenon is known as negativity bias. Humans have a natural negativity bias. This means we are more likely to notice and remember negative events over positive ones. This bias has deep evolutionary roots. In ancient times, being alert to danger was crucial for survival. Our ancestors, who were more attuned to threats, were more likely to survive and pass on their genes. This survival mechanism has been passed down to us. Today, the media uses this to grab our attention. News outlets know that fear-based stories are more likely to capture our interest and keep us engaged. Fear-based stories drive higher engagement, clicks, and ratings. In a competitive media landscape, capturing and retaining audience attention is crucial for survival. This is why you're more likely to hear about crime, disasters, and disease over positive news stories. These stories evoke strong emotional reactions, making us more likely to tune in and stay engaged. The problem? This constant exposure increases our anxiety and stress. When we are continually exposed to negative news, it can have a detrimental effect on our mental health, leading to increased feelings of fear and helplessness. So, what can we do? Being aware of this bias can help us take control. We can choose to limit our exposure to fear-based news and seek out positive stories to balance our perspective. By being mindful of the media we consume, we can reduce our stress and anxiety and focus on the positive aspects of life. Remember, while it's important to stay informed, it's equally important to take care of our mental well-being. To delve deeper, we spoke with Dr. Jane Smith, a media psychologist, who explains how news organizations operate.
News outlets are businesses. Their primary goal is to attract viewers and readers. Fear-based stories are highly effective in achieving this because they trigger a strong emotional response.
A case study of a major news network revealed that stories about crime and disasters received 3 times more engagement than positive news. This data drives editorial decisions, leading to a cycle of fear-based reporting. The metrics are clear. Fear sells. Higher engagement means more advertising revenue, which is essential for the survival of media companies in a competitive market. Dr. Emily Johnson, a clinical psychologist, discusses the impact of this constant exposure to fear-based media on our mental health.
Continuous exposure to negative news can lead to chronic stress and anxiety. It creates a heightened state of alertness, which is not sustainable and can be detrimental to our overall well-being.
Understanding these mechanisms can empower us to make better choices about the media we consume. By seeking out positive stories and engaging in activities that promote well-being, we can counteract the negative effects of fear-based media. Remember, while it's important to stay informed, it's equally important to take care of our mental health. Balance is key. When we consume a constant stream of negative media, it triggers our fight-or-flight response, even if we're not in immediate danger. Research from the American Psychological Association shows that being surrounded by negative news can heighten fear, increase anxiety, and even lead to irrational behavior. Dr. John Smith, a psychologist, explains that our brains are wired to react strongly to perceived threats. Remember the panic buying at the start of the pandemic? A study by the University of California found that media coverage significantly contributed to this behavior. That's a prime example of media-induced fear in action, where herd mentality and sensationalism drove irrational behavior. Dr. Jane Doe, a media studies expert, notes that sensationalist headlines can amplify fear and anxiety. Here's the good news. You don't have to be a passive consumer. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of information. But you have the power to take control of what you consume. One of the simplest ways to break free from the fear trap is by reading beyond the headlines. Headlines are often crafted to evoke strong emotions and grab your attention instantly. However, they can be misleading if taken at face value. Often, headlines are designed to be sensational and grab your attention, but they rarely tell the full story. They are meant to lure you in, but the real substance lies within the article itself. By delving deeper, you can uncover the nuances and context that headlines often omit. Take time to read the full article before reacting. This practice not only makes you a more informed reader, but also helps you form a balanced perspective. It allows you to understand the complexities of the issue at hand, rather than jumping to conclusions based on a few words. Most times, the headline paints a much bleaker picture than the reality. By reading the entire article, you can often find that the situation is not as dire as it first appeared. This approach can reduce unnecessary stress and help you stay grounded in facts rather than fear. Another useful strategy is to highlight key points and take notes as you read. This helps you focus on the most important information and retain it better. Cross-referencing multiple sources is also crucial. Different outlets may present varying perspectives on the same issue. By comparing these, you can get a more rounded view. Engage in discussions with others about what you've read. This can provide new insights and help you see different angles you might have missed. Finally, set aside specific times for reading and take breaks to avoid information overload. This helps you process information more effectively and reduces stress. By incorporating these strategies, you can become a more discerning reader and navigate the media landscape with confidence and clarity. Not all media is fear-based. You can take control by curating your feed to include uplifting and balanced content. Follow news outlets and social media accounts that focus on positive, constructive journalism or stories of hope and recovery. Shift your attention away from fear and towards solutions, positivity, and facts. You have control over what you consume. Consider following educational YouTube channels, informative blogs, and podcasts that offer in-depth analysis and constructive discussions. Subscribe to newsletters that focus on personal growth, read books that inspire, and watch documentaries that educate and uplift. Share positive content with your network and engage in constructive online communities to reinforce a positive media environment. Another way to protect yourself from fear-based media is by practicing mindfulness. Whenever you feel overwhelmed by a news story, take a moment to pause, ground yourself by focusing on your breathing or stepping away from the screen. Grounding exercises can help calm the mind and remind you that not everything is as immediate or threatening as it seems on screen. Start by finding a quiet space where you can sit comfortably. Light a candle or play some calming music if it helps. Take deep breaths, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Place one hand on your chest and the other on your abdomen to feel the rise and fall. Close your eyes and visualize a peaceful scene. Imagine roots growing from your feet into the ground, anchoring you. Feel the texture of a tree bark or the ground beneath you. Incorporate physical activities like yoga or Tai Chi to further enhance your grounding. Stretch your arms and legs to release any tension. Finally, write down your thoughts in a journal or simply reflect on them. This can help you process your emotions and gain clarity. By practicing these mindfulness and grounding techniques, you can create a sense of calm and resilience against fear-based media. Lastly, focus on what you can control. While media often focuses on things we have no control over, like global events, there are actions you can take in your own life to reduce fear and anxiety. Get involved in your community, prioritize your mental health, and connect with those around you. When you shift your focus from fear to action, you regain power over your life. Experts suggest setting small, achievable goals to build confidence. For instance, Jane found peace by journaling daily and setting boundaries with media consumption. Seek support from friends, family, or professionals to navigate challenging times. Organize your environment and plan your days to create a sense of control. Practice gratitude and mindfulness to stay grounded in the present.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No, 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 no. Maybe someday you'll have it your way. Maybe someday it'll all work out. Until then.
If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, share it with someone who could use a little peace of mind, and subscribe to Mente-Sano for more content on mental health and personal growth. Leave a comment below to share your thoughts and experiences. Your insights could help others in the community. Set a reminder to check back for our weekly updates. We're here to support you on your journey. Thanks for watching. Stay informed, stay grounded, and stay in control.